Okay, I'm on. This is Outdoor Nature Adventures, and I've thought of a topic that is relevant um, now more than ever. Many people have lost their way, but what does it mean to be a disciple? Um, it says that um, to basically go into this world and make disciples and baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit. And it says, for those who want to follow me, you have to give up everything and deny everything and come after me, to pick up your cross daily and follow me. Um, in order to be a disciple of God, it means that you have to deny yourself, whether it be food, job, your comfort, and you will be taken way out of your comfort zone. I've gone all over. I've lived in so many different places. Do I know what it means to be a disciple? No. Do I try to do the best I can? Yes. But I've gotten distracted by this world. We've been told and misled by so-called pastors and leaders that tell us that only pastors can lead, that only pastors can baptize, and the Bible doesn't say that. The Bible says to baptize in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And God even says in His holy word that He uses the weak to go after the strong. He goes after the he what is it? He uses the dumb to undo the wise. And I mean, he takes the opposite of everything. Everyone that thinks that they're wise, God uses people who are wanting to be, or who are open and willing to be used. And a lot of people, I'd say most people, have denied who they truly are. They have allowed the things of this world to shape them instead of God. And that would be me. I've struggled mightily, not knowing which way to go and what to do. I know that I am not doing the right thing. I know that where I am doesn't feel like where I should be. Do I know how to do this? No. One thing that a lot of people don't like, and I think we have a major fear of it, is confrontation. We don't like when we have to confront someone, even though I've been shown many, many times. And I think there is probably a demon or a darkness that is around the fear of confrontation, because if we were fearless, and if we went out there and basically talked to people right and left and didn't care if we were jailed, if we were spit at, run over, whatever, there would be a lot more disciples. There would be a lot more people that would give everything that they had. But the problem is most of us are not willing to give up the comforts of our world. We're not willing to risk it all and just jump in our vehicle and just go. And we allow the distractions of this world to get us. We get wrapped up in, and sometimes our flesh will take us, and we end up sleeping with someone that we shouldn't have, and we end up having a kid, and then we have to have a job in order to support them, and so um, so but God uses people in different ways, and He wants to use people. He wants to be there for you. And what I'm also noticing is He sends demons after us big time. He will send people, especially family members. Oh my goodness, that is so true in my own life. Um, I, I'm absolutely driven mad by family members, um, because a lot of times they will stop what you're doing. Um, God will cause them to come after you and to make you feel like poop in order for you to be off guard, to get off of the path that you're supposed to be on. Um, and in God's word, it also says that God gave him a charge that disciples and his people can do more than what he did. It basically said that you have the power to heal. You have the power um, to get rid of demons out of people. You have the power um, to teach and preach, and we all have talents and abilities. And if we would have faith, then we can move trees, and we can do things that are above and beyond what God does. However, I've never really seen that faith, and I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out how to tap into that. Um, and it's just, it's a learning experience. In order to be more like God, we have to get into His Word. We have to read the Bible, because and it says to be ready in season and out of season. That means that we have to know the scriptures inside and out. We have to know what the scriptures say about the different things. Do I think that we need to know like what Romans 8:9 says? No, but I do believe that we're supposed to know, not to joke or jest, or we're supposed to know what the word says. Basically, like what to do, what not to do, like the Ten Commandments. What was the ultimate purpose of Jesus Christ dying on the cross, and his name is Yeshua. Um, and in the 1600s, it was Isis or Isis, and then it was changed. The I was changed into a J, and it became Jesus. It's a manipulation of the original name, and but I don't believe that's his real name. I believe that it's like I've seen Yeshua, I've seen Yeshua, I've seen Yahuwah, um, but he does know who you're talking about. But um, I mean, what it means to be a disciple, it means to be a humble servant. It means that, and being a disciple is not easy. It's a tough, hard road, but it says that God wants us to sends us out to make more disciples, because He wants exponential growth. If two people go out and do discipleship, and then those people do discipleship, then it should grow. However, we get distracted, we get off. Things will go well, and then something will happen, and we'll get off track. And it's like the seed on the path, where you'll have seed that gets on the path, and there's no good soil, so they get taken, and their faith doesn't grow. And then you have others that seeds land in thorns, and basically, God is saying that that they're being choked out, and that's when family life and other things get choked out. And also, I think there was a reference to basically seed being on the path and having the heat and stuff hit it. And God said about how the worries and fears and cares of the world um, will make it so they stop, and it kind of gets them to give up. Because when we get so carried away with everything else, um, and also we've been lied to. I mean, as a disciple, we're supposed to live differently, um, but I'm outside in Florida, um, but just felt led to about the discipleship, and I believe that we are entering a time where the Word of God has, where we need people to step up. If you feel called to do this, I mean, yes, you're going to face battles. Right now in America, it's accepted that, I mean, it's okay, but we're being blocked out of schools. We're being blocked out of governmental buildings, and churches are starting to be shut down. And the devil is trying to bring up fear and say, "Oh well, if you do this, I'm going to throw you in jail." And showing cases where, like in Canada, there are pastors that are being jailed for their faith. There's people in Iran and these other places where they fight every day. People mocking them and scorning them, and they have the fear of jail all the time. But they've chosen to fight. Um, and I don't know how to make faith more real. And that's why I've been fighting my whole life. Um, how do we make what we believe come alive like no other? And I'm still trying to find that. I mean, at times I'll feel my body tingle, but I constantly keep. To be completely honest, I don't even know if I'm God's. I'm trying to share what God gives me, but I'm fearful of going the wrong way. And God gives us gifts and abilities, and He does want us to live uprightly and to lead people, and to tell them what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. But I definitely, I don't know. If you're like me, you're having a hard time trying to figure stuff out. I'm definitely not perfect, but I'm trying my best to lead others. So, but look at our examples. I mean, our examples are Paul, who was jailed and beaten many, many times. That doesn't sound like fun, in my opinion. I've never been to prison, but prison does. I mean, I'll be honest, prison scares me, with being around murderers and all these others, and being pushed around and cheated and just treated badly, and having to know you have no privacy whatsoever. But but it's time for us to step up and never back down, because when we back down, the devil wins. If we would just step up and do something for the people around us, and try to create ways of having opportunities, and creating those opportunities, it's like smiling or opening a door, or giving someone money, and just talking to them. A lot of times, though, we get so wrapped up in our own lives that we just don't talk anymore to people. And we live in a time where where this world is getting very, very dark, and and our privacy is out the window. I mean, right now, I'm sure I'm being listened to, and you're gonna have to figure out a way of getting the message out different ways. The Bible is about to be outlawed, and the Antichrist is about to step on stage, so we do have to deal with that. So stay the course, and I'll put some Bible verses below about discipleship. But yeah, I mean, God just wants people that are they're wanting to be used. I mean, he'll use you. He's created you. He'll use you in ways that you haven't thought of. And I don't know what that looks like. I mean, everyone's different. But God has to be your number one. I mean, it says that's one of the things. Oh, I think that's the first commandment, is to have no other God before Him. And that means no idols, no cars, no dog, no wife, no kids. And I know that you love your kids. I know that you love your animals and everything else. But if you put them above God, you're not going to go to the right place. And it also says that we're supposed to have a fear of God. Because when we fear Him and know that God can throw us into hell in a matter of seconds, that scares the crap out of me. And I'm still learning. But being a disciple means staying in the Word and asking for discernment and asking for different things. So thank you for joining me. Take care and God bless.